Changing on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not pressed with making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just why I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. SOS. 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 I got you, yeah. SOS. Thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip for tat. On the internet, well, I do that. See, I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way. I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts. I've been through that. See you, SOS. 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 See you, SOS. Need a life vest. Need no mic check. SOS. 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 See you, SOS. We don't talk checks. We get to it. We get to it, yeah, we do it, yeah, I go up. We influence, yeah, see me moving, yeah, I glow up. Every time I show up, I can flip my switch out. They act like they know us, but they ain't no dog, I'm big dog. Asking if it's still a flex, say they better go ask Booyah. Never think I'm gon' check, better pull up like whoa. Come to place and I'm the best, I ain't worried about none who y'all. 24, no rest, stand on business, I'm too tall. Thought you was a threat, I do real life, do no tip for tat. On the internet, well, we do that. See, I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way, I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts, I've been through that. See you, SOS. 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 See you, SOS. Need a life vest, need no mic check. SOS. 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 See you, SOS. We don't talk checks, we get to it. All in for the jackpot. Every time I want the last shot. Championship ring. Rank the starter from a mascot. Went to Rollies from a G-Shot. Brand new kettle, no teapot. You should know I don't play. Go sicko mode like I'm T-Scott. Eagle vision from the treetops. Went to image from a green dot. Never had no limit, but I had some Reeboks. Keep it humble, but the fee's not. In the game, no free spots. But I earn what's mine. Nothing less, I'ma shine. SOS, thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip for tat. On the internet, well, I do that. See, I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way, I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts, I've been through that. See you, SOS. 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 See you, SOS. Need a life vest, need no mic check. SOS. 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 See you, SOS. We don't talk checks, we get to it.
Good morning all. Yes, sir. What happened to this? This looks like it bent. Don't know how I bent that. Maybe raging. We'll fix it. Hope you're all well. Let's fix my camera. I don't know why now this does this after this update. Give me a sec. All right. Should be good now. Perfect. Good morning. Friday, last day of the week here. Let's get into it. See what we got going on for today. We had CPI yesterday. Let's refresh the calendar. Rates came out yesterday as well. Quite some crazy movement on gold, if I'm being honest. 2.4, very positive. With rates coming down, the reason we see this is it's anticipating a rate cut. We're anticipating a rate cut, plus with all of the tensions in China, not China, but China and US trade wars, of course, and the uncertainty, we saw gold pop up heavy. So remember, this was 2.6 beginning of week. They revised it to 2.5. It came back in 2.4. So it's just showing extreme positivity for, obviously, the US inflation and, kind of producing the opportunity of rate cuts here. So this is what's going to be, very interesting to see how this progresses here in terms of the rate cuts and how soon they do that. This we'll know from speeches and stuff. For today, we have a bit of GBP, GDP, right? We have that about 10 a.m. Apart from that, we have USD PPIs a little bit later, and then we're clean for the rest of the session. We have a bit of German final CPI as well. That's the same as 10 a.m. as well. So that's about it, to be honest, for the news front here. Nothing too bad. We are slowly retracing that big move we had in the stock market as well. But on GJ, it's a little bit different, of course. Let's go ahead here and run the analysis. Going to drag some lines and fix everything here together. Start off on the daily time frame. So we do have daily time frame closing a bearish here. We're going to mark this daily support here. DS. Going to move this to here like this. And gonna press OK. So that's the first step. So daily support here, previous daily bearish, previous 4-hour bearish as well, bearish session so far. We're gonna bring our 4-hour support is all the way down there, so we don't really need to worry about this. Pretty far, but we're gonna put it there. 4-hour support. See, our next key level here is gonna be actually 186. So I'm gonna bring this one here to 186. Where's 186? There we go, 186. All right. Next step here gonna be looking at the 1-hour time frame. 1 hour trying to pull up right now. 30-minute trying to pull up as well. 15-minute as well. So we could have actually a simple setup too towards the downside. I'd prefer to see something, of course, leave this, probably this support here as well. This is a previous 15. Just kind of to leave the range. I just want to see how that looks on let's see. Here we have a 1 hour. 1 hour. This line we can remove. Bye-bye. This line we can remove. Bye-bye. So yeah, we are inherently bearish bias. So fake outs would make sense. 30-minute is clean if we can create a resistance. 15 as well. We could probably trade 2 here, but I do want to be below the daily support is important for me. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Just look for resistance to form. If we're very close to this support, I'd rather go below. If we're up here, I'd rather get a close below daily support to trade back down. That is going to be the plan. And then looking for other setups. We're pretty far from a setup 1, so I don't want to plan for a setup 1 just yet, because I really want to try capitalize off the 67 pip range we have right now. So that's what I'm looking for on GJ. Now on gold here, on the other hand, gold of course moving like an absolute train back into all-time highs here with the factors that I've said here. So look at this daily candle. We do have a very limited bottom wick. Where's my broker gone? Let's go and open this 1 minute. I want to see how it looks on broker. Let's see daily candle, daily candle, daily candle. Yeah, no bottom wick on daily candle is a threat for this current candle to flip here. We're not too far off, but we are pretty far. How many pips is this? 200 pips to make a flip here. So it's definitely a threat for the day. 4-hour close with sort of a rejection. So you can see how it's getting weaker. Doesn't mean it's like, okay, start looking for sells. But definitely is a little bit weaker, right? It's definitely a little bit weaker. So inherently, I am bullish here, obviously, with the breakout. These pullbacks is decent, to be honest, because we can look for buys back up towards the top of the range, and that's pretty much what it's going to be like. So I'm going to just mark a couple of 1 hours just to have some zones here. We don't need much lines on gold, to be honest. Probably 3 lines or something. All we need. So our previous 15 where we're coming down now. Big little pullback. So set up 5 back towards the upside outlook, probably to tap into this zone right here. That's going to be the plan. And then that's it. We'll see how much this pulls back for now. Right now it's actually bleeding, so we'll let it do its thing and then come back. But it's giving us range. All of this candle here is now giving us range, so it's not that bad. We might actually just go ahead and flip that daily. There's, I mean, you know, with the amount of volume in gold, I think, look at this. I mean, it is pushing here. So I think it's possible we go and flip the daily. It's not crazy. Would be a little crazy, but, you know, I do think that we could see it today. So yeah, that would be the plan. See how to capture buys from that type of zones, etc. So next thing is going to be DAX here on the other hand. DAX is very interesting because of this bounce we've been having in stonks. If we look at daily time frame, we have closed bearish here, right? So it is quite a strong bearish candle close. 4-hour time frame has created a change of structure. It's very important that, you know, we identify that change of structure. It's an important candle. Here is daily resistance, so I want to mark that daily resistance. Let's go ahead and mark 4-hour time frame. We have this previous that's already kind of marked here. 1-hour time frame is here, is already trying to break out. I really hope that this can chill for about 10-15 minutes so we can actually get a good close here, you know. Otherwise we're looking for, I mean, for me it's just simple buys here. It is mixed session buys, so if this whole thing fakes out, we can be looking for sells, preferably sells below here, but we'll see how it develops. 30-minute looking like sells below here, but I do remember there is a 15 hanging around somewhere here. Yeah, this 15 here. So we're just going to see how that forms. But I do like this range here to trade back towards the upside. It does look extremely clean here. And is a massive range. If I think we were to measure this at least 200 points. Yeah, 220. Come on, man. Look at that calculation, man. Come on. So, you know, 200 points there range. Definitely nice tradable range. Something I'd like to capitalize. So hopefully we can create some pullbacks. And, you know, we can create some pullbacks and end up getting part of that range would be ideal. So to be honest, this candle closing like this above here would be fine. Would close the 1 hour. Right now what you'd want is you'd want this 5 minute to close here is fine. Next 5 minute to go make structure and then close above. If not, we can play above 5 minute ranges. Like, it's not the end of the world if it just starts pushing, because we have this 5 minute resistance we can play above to fill this range. So there's options. If price is just going to have volume, we'll be able to capitalize. So we're going to see how that ends up forming and take it from there. But that's the overall analysis for today. Quite simplistic plan. Hope you guys enjoyed the analysis, and let me know if you did. Leave a like on the stream. We have about 200 of us in here. Appreciate everyone showing up on a Friday. Can get the likes up to at least 100 likes. I would appreciate it. You know the drill. Let's go. Let's go. So yeah, that's basically the plans for today. Gold is trying to bounce now. We're going to see how that closes. It might just do a bit of ping pong action, which we're not really too interested with. GJ already made it back up to the 1 hour, so sells below this support gonna make more sense. And yeah, let's just see what ends up happening. So let's go. Let's go. Sitting on an Autobahn parking lot. Thought I'd give you a thumbs up. Thank you very much. I hope you're in a nice car and you can enjoy the Autobahn. It is? Oh, then if it is Mirko, then he's in a Tesla, bro. So he can't enjoy the Autobahn. Enjoy the road noise then of your tires. Enjoy the road noise of your tires. Freaking Tesla. I'm gonna test top speed of Tesla. Shh, going 300. Shh. Battery low. That's why he's in a parking lot, bro. That's facts. That's the reason he's in a parking lot. He's fucking needing to charge. Sitting there for 1 hour. Like, ah, man. Should have really bought that speed charger. Try top speed on a Tesla, battery will last about 5 minutes. Really, is it that bad? I mean, not literally 5 minutes, I get that, but... So test a while ago, I think it's less than 15 minutes. Damn. Damn. Enjoy. See you people Monday. Take care, man. Enjoy. GP news after 9 minutes? Yeah, but you know, I don't think it'll move very heavy, this type of GBP news, you know? Check gold. We have beautiful Asian setup. Let's have a look at what you guys did. I mean, I'm seeing some nice stuff in Asian. Sorry, just this person was messaging me. I'm done with them now. I'm done with them now. All right. Let's see what you guys took in Asian session, boys. Yeah, that looks clean. Very simple. Nice liquidity grab. Yeah, good stop loss placement. I was looking at that there. 190 key level as well. Breakout consolidation. Very nice. 5-minute structure there. Even gave you 5-minute close if you were unconfident. Is that even a word? I'm not even sure. But anyways. Retested that 15 and then boom. Quite nice. I do have to agree. But at least we're back to where you guys were in Asian. I think you should have definitely left runners in all-time highs. Definitely advisable. 48. Wow, 48 and you get 90 pip push on 150-minute candle. Yeah, that's great volume. News here in 5 minutes on GBP JPY. Is that a particular shape or something? What do you mean by a shape? News poll? It's not big enough, GDP, man. GDP is not big enough. It will barely move. But if you guys really want a news poll, we can put a news poll. Just to see if you get somewhat correct. Let's see. I'm gonna post it now. There we go, news poll. Morning, bro. CS this weekend? Yeah, we can do CS tomorrow. So join up tomorrow. I'll probably hop online around like 12:30 Dubai time. A few things need to finish in the morning. Just turn on notifications, you'll be notified. I'll stream CS. I'll put a notification in the Discord as well, so that's how it is. GJ setup 2, news in 2 minutes, bro. We need to wait for news. It is though, it is, you are correct. It is a setup 2, but we need to see news. So far the votes are 54% saying it's gonna go up during news, 44% saying it's gonna go down. If I download the game, can we play together? No, because you need to be good. When news? In about 2 minutes. 1 minute 43. Just GDP news. Normally we see like only a 20 pip move on GJ. It's just GBP news. Get a good nerd? No, I'm serious. It's not rude. I'm not trying to be mean, but like you can't just download the game and start playing, you know? Like really, it's a complex game, like honestly. $4,000 ELO good enough? Yeah, it's too good for me, I think. Too good for me. You need a rank? I used to play, I have it uninstalled. Oh, okay, fair. I thought like, man, you just, you know, once your elo's like 15,000, then we can play together. What, 15,000 in Premiere? I play Faceit. All right, news here in 40 seconds. Gonna end the poll. Let's see the votes. Votes is 60% up. 60% up. So let's see if you guys are correct, if it actually goes up. DAX looks clean today. It does. That's what I have an eye on. Just want to see what happens with news. We have this DAX closes. DAX closing below or above now? It's closing below. Not the worst. I prefer if the hour does close above though. It will give us better probabilities if this hour can close above in 11 seconds. Here's GJ's candle. Let's see what it does on GDP news. Damn, you guys got it correct. It did pop up here. Good job. 1 point to you guys. 1 point to you guys. But it went up then down, but still I'll give it to you guys. So we're not closing back below the daily support. I want us to close back below the daily support for sells. Let's see how DAX closed here. Did it close the 1 hour below? Looks like it did. Yeah, it did. So it doesn't help too much. You know, we get better probabilities if it was to close above, but it's not the end of the world. So still same plan above this 821 here, gonna make sense for buys. I prefer we get a resistance form and then close above. We have a 5-minute resistance here. We seem to be rejecting. Let's put it as a box. I prefer to see a resistance actually formed, you know. Nice little liquidity grab if I'm gonna take it on a 5. If not, we should see a 15-minute close above, breakout candle. Spread still high? Yeah, they'll take a couple of minutes to calm down. At least 5 minutes I noticed. Even my spread is still high. I can see gold as well opened, no bottom wick. It's a shame. Would have been actually not bad. But only 2 5-minute candles. And 1 hour closing bearish. This might just be the top wick of the 1 hour to flip bearish, right? Fill the wick. Very possible here. Setup 1 sells below 1 hour support. Setup 2, yes. Looks good. 1 line you're putting on gold. That's fine, it works. 1 line. It works. Setup 2 options later, yep. At the time, yeah, but now we've had this deep pullback, right? Buys above, yep. Yep. Setup 2 sell. Setup 2 sell. Probably you don't want to really like, okay, let's say it fails and then now you take a sell. I don't really like to do that. Buy above, okay, fair enough. Sell below the lows. No, you want to be seeing if you can take a setup 2. Whenever we push far, Don't say, okay, I'm going to do that plan of selling the lows, because you get another fake out. Every time it's made a lower low, it's actually pulled back. So you're safer not selling the lows here. We need more information, would be change of character. Yeah, I wouldn't really want to sell on bullish bias, right? Don't try call tops and bottoms, career ending moves. So some stuff you need to adjust there. DJ plan the sells from there. Okay, cool. Same plan. 5-minute candle about to close. Looks like it's going to close below potentially. We'll see in 19 seconds, but we needed to close above that previous 5. Still a big candle. What is that, 52? Not that bad compared to what we've been seeing these days. Range is about 53, 52. But it looks like it's going to close below unless last second does something stupid, which it didn't. So I have to wait still. See these plans here. Not looks sells, correct. Already retests the bottom range may not work because we are ranging, need more PA. Yes. So we'll see how that forms. Yeah, that's fine. Back inside the range and then buys above, of course. Buys above, mixed session, 4-hour breakout, especially downside rejection. Yes, that's a correct place to sell. So that's fine. DJ plan, set up 2 sells, sells below daily support. Yes, so set up 2, you want it below the daily support. Oh, interesting chart color this. This is where your plan gets messed up. This is where you need to make sure not to make a plan where you do buy above, sell below, and just take 2 big ranges, because you miss so much price action in here. You miss so much opportunity inside of here. So the plan is, if you're going to sell, this is obviously a better sell here. Why not? Why don't you want to trade this zone here? Right? Why are you trying to pick, okay, I found a support, I found a resistance. Let me try sell below the support, buy above the resistance. Tough. You know, you need to make sure to also execute on these internal zones here. The buy plan is fine, you know, but let's say we had a big LTA here and then a resistance. You should be planning to buy above here, not above that, right? So, yeah. Three minutes for this 5-minute candle to close. Hopefully it doesn't blast here. Really can't find any other way in unless I get those confirmations at minimum. Some German news. We had German news a couple of minutes ago, unless they delayed it. Let's have a look at Mr. Juice. Yeah, that was the one at CPI. Came back as forecast. Sir, please let me know as to when you buy or sell, because sometimes I can't hear your voice. No problem. I will come to your house and I will open your PC and I'll do it for you. All the steps. You don't need to do anything. You know? DAX might go here. Yeah, it might. Starting to see some volume. That 1 minute close, nice close above. I don't know if I want to buy that breakout. We'll have to see. Still a minute. Wick fill. Do I want the wick fill here? We need a good bottom wick for wick fill, you know, because we don't even have a 15 closing above. You know, we're kind of gambling on the last 5 minutes that the 15 will close above. So we need a good bottom wick to approve, because this is a very weak 5-minute structure here. Very weak 5-minute structure. Nevertheless, set it up. Closing deep now. Oh man, no bottom wick there. Nothing really much you can do with this when it just open pushes like that, especially closing deep. Unless you just FOMO buy the highs, but I don't recommend that. Stop loss is about 80 points. Your first target here is about 30 points. I personally wouldn't do that. I think it's a bit FOMO. You're just trying to force a trade. Unless you're a negative risk to reward trader, which I'm personally not. I don't really like to push negative risk to reward. Bottom wick and flip. Yeah, it would be good if it made a bottom wick, but we're not getting a bottom wick. So you kind of just have to go impulsively. You know? But that's not. Anyone had big spread issues? I was around 0. Now I'm about 800 to 2000 all times. Damn. No, my spread is back to normal. Today it's a little bit higher than usual. I'm about 120. Yeah, today's pretty wide actually. Holy shit, man. No, what the hell? Today's 1000 to... I'm 10 point spread. Shit, that's not tradable. Oh, I'm glad I saw that. I have 10 point spread. Holy shit. 1000. I have 1000. Okay. Well, I guess that's not tradable. That sucks. Point spread. What the hell is happening? Look at this. Look how wide my lines are. Look at my lines. That's crazy. So if I enter here, I'll be triggered up there. Immediately 10 points down. I hope this calms down. I don't know. I didn't have this all the other days. All the other days it's been fine. It's the first time I've had this. It's a bit too much for me. 10 points, guys, you know. This might set up nice as well. Setup 5 on gold. You would need this 15 minute to close bearish. Next one close above would be a 15-minute setup 5. 30-minute might close. 30-minute doesn't close for a while here. 1 hour flipped. Yeah, that's weird, man. First time. My spread has been about 80. Bam, it's gone even bigger now. Bro, that's nuts. 13 point spread. Oh, I'm glad I didn't enter. It's actually, I didn't even think about checking it today because normally it's always good. Why do you need to see a top or bottom wick? For this exact reason, right? You can see price has gone to make a bottom wick right now. So if you didn't care about the bottom wick, now you're sitting in drawdown praying that it flips again, right? And you entered all the way here at the high. Right? And if I entered with spread, I'd be entering at right at the tip there. Literally sniper entry. You know? What would you say about wick fill if the 15 closes above? Yeah, it's potential. Definitely makes sense. Nice bottom wick, it makes sense. You could even, if you want something even safer, if it closes a bit deeper the 5 minute, something like this, You can wait for the next 5 closing above, and you can run even tighter stop losses. Because for the 15 minute, you kind of have to run the 15-minute stop. Not kind of, you have to run the 15-minute stop. You know? Doesn't stop limit order help on this issue? No. Limit orders, stop orders, they don't fix spread. If they did, then everyone would use it, right? It's interesting that your support and resistance strategy is similar to supply and demand. I mean, your support overlaps with demand. Yeah, if you realize supply and demand is just a different form of support and resistance. Right then, the 50-minute was threatening not to close above even. Seems like it will do, but it's closing below that previous 5. 5 looks a bit scary, but still makes sense, you know. Still makes sense, but I just can't trade it with this spread. It's still, I have no bottom wick on broker as well. And that spread, like, it's too big. The ranges are crazy these days. They're nice. It's tradable. You just have to get used to bigger stop. But this is the first time I've had this spread issue. Now the spread issue is actually an issue, not the ranges being big. I'm not too scared, but spread, that's weird, man. $12 for how much you got on IC, Joe? Or is it just me? Same? Yeah, okay, fine. Isn't that nuts? Normally it's like 1,200, yeah. There's a big boy spread, man. You enter immediately, you're down 12 points. Can you imagine? I heard IC markets is not doing so good. What did you hear they're not doing good about? I always like these comments. IC markets goat. Regulatory issues and shell companies. Well, yeah, they white label a lot of companies. You have to realize IC markets is like the big boy. They are the big boy. They're the only brokerage that was able to do, I think in 2 months or even a month, they did, I think, $1 trillion worth of transactions. IC markets is regulated? Not really. They have IC markets EU. But the IC Markets International is just like an offshore broker, like the rest of them. Good bottom wick forming, or would you consider break of high? Not break of high. Break of high is too far away. You just wait for a 5-minute closing above here, or 5-minute bullish minimum, just to avoid the drawdown. Would be better. If you want to trade the wick fill, you can put stops below here. You would take the wick fill as well. That's another option. 60-point stops is not that bad. If you want a smaller stop, you wait for the 5-minute candle to close above. You can get 40. So for 20 points, it's not that bad. On Pepperstone, DAX spread is 30 pips. Okay, that's excessive. 30 pips is absolutely crazy. If this next 15-minute close above doesn't look that bad. See how GJ is doing. We've actually continued bullish here on GJ with the news here. So how did GDP? I didn't even check how GDP came out. See how GDP came out. 0.5. Okay, so a bit of positivity for the pound. That's why we're seeing the pop-up. Makes sense. Spreads are high will mess us up. Depends. Some of the guys have okay spreads. If you have high spreads, you just have to sit on your hands, man. As much as it sucks, it's just a condition I cannot control. And I'm not going to enter some... Unless I account for 10 points. But that means I'm always going to be 10 points less. I don't know. It seems a little bit silly. Can you base it on 5 minute here? Not really. Not really. It's a bit too risky. It's not a good structure on 5. If you had something with a bit more candles and a 30-minute close, you know, if you had a bit more candles moving down and then we had a nice candle closing bullish, that would make sense. But only these 2 weak bearish candles is nothing. $40 points, that's massive. Might as well just put your TP at where your spread is, you know. I have fixed spreads. Yeah, especially if the brokers, many brokers B-book, right? So if your broker B-books, you can adjust the spread like that. Check though, check. These are your spreads on the left-hand side. Yeah, that's my normal spread. My normal spread is 0.4, which is basically the same as you. But now they fluctuated only today. Demonstration. What's a demonstration? That's it. It just creates a freaking red dot. Alright. Pretty useless. Also pretty useless. Insights updates nowadays very useful. Yeah, it's pretty very useful updates. Keep Alt key pressed and you can draw. They should just look at Zoom is very far superior for drawing. Zoom tools. Zoom is very good for drawing. But I don't understand why you have to draw when they just give you the drawing tool like this. The drawing tool like this is, you know, just as good. Chill Dax, you guys didn't take the Wickfill who had good spread? Wickfill was that? That's the one you were planning still, no? You said, will Wickfill make sense if 50 minute ended up closing above, made its good bottom wick, and then you can go Wickfill. Stops were not that bad if you entered rebreak of the high, right? Your stops here were about 60 points. You're looking for the 5 close above as well? Yeah, that can happen in 2 minutes here. You just have to wait if you're looking for the 5 close above. But especially after you get a bullish 5-minute candle close, I don't see why break of high is not an option. Remember, this is your confirmation there, the bullish 5-minute candle close. This would have been the trade I take. And there was a massive jump, but you put buy stop, no? Always. That gave a bottom wick, you have time. Yeah, that would have been mine. Stop here. I probably would have run, probably would have got away with like just a 37 point stop. I would have been out break even, unfortunately. I would have gone break even at this high here because that's a resistance and I'm not going to be stupid with my trading. So that would have stopped me out break even. So that would have been pretty boring if you ask me. So, and with my spread, imagine. You see, you can't break even with 10-point spread. Harry, stop making us feel bad. We're missing a trade. We're waiting for the close. Yeah, but it looks like it's not even going to close above anyways. Gold giving a 5-minute candle close here. I wonder if it will be enough, the 5-minute candle close without the 15. 5-minute, 15-minute candle closes in 5 minutes here. I feel like if you take the 5-minute candle, you have to run full stop loss here, 120 points. Not points, sorry, pips. Personally, it's not one for me. I rather run the 15-minute stops here, which will be around 70. A lot better. At least I have 50 to this resistance and then try get the 1-to-1 there. And then last 5 minutes can do some BS and absolutely dump, and then you get a change of structure. But it's depending on your risk tolerance. For me personally, I would rather wait for the 15 in this type of scenario, just so I don't get stuck. Because if this candle finishes like this, it's very game over. Very, very game over, because you have a break of structure. Just grabbing massive liquidity from all sides. Yeah, my spreads are still high as well. I don't think it's going to adjust itself, isn't it? Let's check everything else though. Gold spreads are perfect. GJ spreads are good as well. Everything else is fine. It's just DAX. Yeah, it will be the 30-minute close as well, which is nice. But hopefully it doesn't just fly without. Looks like it might. Guess won't be trading DAX. Personally, I won't, but I'm gonna be frustrated if this thing flies. Won't go below 12. I mean, 5 points I can get away with. 5 points I think I can get away with, you know, especially with the size of the ranges. You know, when you're trading 100-point range, 5 points ain't gonna be too bad, you know. 70-point range, 5 points not too bad. But 12 points is like double that. A bit iffy. A bit iffy. Our question is, how am I gonna get into gold here? Really wanted to close here. Enter on drawdown. Yeah, that would actually work if you try to consider spreads. If you could get that drawdown, but if it doesn't go in drawdown, then you couldn't enter, right? So you need it to trigger the trade, so the trade is active, and then you need 10 points of drawdown. If DAX chills, it would be another option there, especially with the 30-minute closing above. Massive range on 30-minute. They say it's a liquidity provider issue on DAX. Interesting. Of course it's a liquidity provider issue, you know. I swear if today fucking flies on DAX, I'm gonna be really pissed off. Really pissed off. My 20 points, damn bro. And the annoying thing is gold is pushing, but DAX is giving a setup. Yeah, it's really not worth it. One-to-one is basically all-time high again. What's the Forex pairs with most volume? Oof, that's a great question. Probably like an exotic pair, like USD, some exotic pair, you know, some random pair, you know. Those are probably the pairs that have the most volume. Waiting for all-time high? Yeah, you could probably get that by New York unless London goes crazy. DAX. It has a bottom wick as well. Doesn't on broker? Let's see a broker. I don't think it's fast. Yeah, it gapped up. No way you get into that. Unless you literally FOMO'd in. That's dirty. Man, look at how the spreads look on my broker. It looks nuts, bro. What is that? So I press buy. I'm going to be entered here. Like, the price has not even reached there, man. Price has not even reached there. Price isn't changing, it's the spread line. Can we trade the spread line? I'm bullish on the spread line. Imagine, yeah, it's gonna trigger your stop loss even earlier. I'm wanting to trade some futures on Forex like 6E, wondering if there was any others. 6J as well, there is. There is, what else? 6J. There's one more, which is the British one is called something else. Sounds a bit sus. Well, you got your bottom wick now. You got your bottom wick. My buy position on gold. Let's see what Allison is doing. Sheesh. Bought in the demand zone here. Stop loss below it. It's worked out well. Sniper entry. Nice, nice. Congrats. $6B, yes. That's what we said. 6B is the one, yes. How's GJ doing? Slowly clawing its way up. I wonder if we're going to get a dump close below daily support. Easy sells there. Easy sells. Appreciate everyone showing up as well. Appreciate you all showing up on a Friday. Make sure to leave a like on the stream if you haven't. 500 of us in here. Get the likes up to 200. Would appreciate it. New video out this week. Let's go. Harry, how many trades on average you get per week? I notice when I take less trades, I get better results. Yes, when you take less trades, you get better results because you pick better trades. I probably, if I were to average it over a whole year, it's about 3 trades a week. Depending on how the week is going and the month is going, it can be as low as 2 trades. Sometimes even in worst case scenario 1 trade, but the consistency is what matters. But I'd say 3 trades on average. I mean, end of last month I was averaging 4 trades a week, so literally basically a trade every day. But when most of those are wins, because last month I only took 2 losses. So if you imagine all of those are wins. It's a very high consistency, so you don't really need to be taking much trades when you're winning every single time. I know it sounds cocky to say, but it's just like the data. Give me a sec, guys. I'll go toilet, come back. Is 900 a resistance? You mean as a key level? Yeah, we can react off those levels, yes. But they're not like a very strong resistance, no. I mean, now it's valid on a 15-minute DAX here. 74, it's not crazy with the ranges we've had these days. Probably something I would have gone with if my spread was bloody fixed. It's annoying. Take it on like the reflip or something. Not liking 1 minute on DAX. Yeah, but you wouldn't have to worry about it, right? You just take it on the reflip. Something like this. If this candle then flips, boom, can be in. 50-minute made its bottom wick. All you need is an entry. Obviously, there was no entry to get in up here because there was no wick made. Now that this is made, if this closes bearish like this in 2 minutes, it's easy. You just wait for another close above, or you wait for this same setup we had back here. Bullish candle close, as long as the 15 closes bullish, right? Reflip is like when a candle opens, like this scenario. It didn't make a bottom wick. It comes, makes a bottom wick, right? And then you wait for a high to be made. So in this sense, this is the highs that are made. It was actually this high here. So you wait for this pullback like this, and then when it reflips, so it's gone down now, when it reflips bullish, you take it breaking the high. Boom. Trade towards the upside. Are you going to trade today? I think DAX can have some nice opportunities, but my spread is too high. I can't personally trade, but the guys I'm sure have spreads that are okay. I see some of them, so they'll be able to trade. But I'm looking, that means I'm confined to now gold and GJ, so I'll be having to see if a setup comes in gold and GJ for myself. But I do think DAX can set up here either way. Yeah, I think DAX can set up quite nicely now. It's exactly what you would want to see. Even if this fakes out here, there'll be options. How come you didn't buy gold? I couldn't find an entry. Couldn't find an entry. This candle opened here, no bottom wick, so I didn't enter on this one. This next candle closed too deep. 5 minute even here wasn't really a great option for me. Needing to run stops at least 100 pips, sorry. I mean, it's push 40, 100 is here. It's not that crazy, but I was not too confident with the way it formed. So I was waiting for the 15 in 5 minutes. That's it, very simple. If this candle just opened, made a nice bottom wick, flipped, I would have taken it very easily, set up 2. That would have been nice. Put stop loss here, 85 points, be at a 1-to-1. But if you replay and watch how this actually opened, it opened and pushed up. It opened and pushed up. So it's always annoying when that happens. But I like the looks of, I think DAX today, if it volume continues, it's doing the correct pullback you would have wanted. Even set up 3 on 15. If it suddenly rejects last 5 minutes, yes. But I mean, you have the structure now to play with. It's very useful when you have that structure. We also tapped 5-minute resistance here. So if you have your buys, you pretty much want it there. Spreads okay on DAX? Let's see. Oh, yes. Woo! Let's go. Let's go. We're back in business. All right. Good, good. They fixed their issue. All right, let's see. 15-minute here, closing in 4 minutes. We'll have 5-minute here, closing bullish here. Yeah, let's see how this forms. Let's see where this 5-minute closes. Still careful, spread can jump and back to normal. Yeah, but I mean, it's at least looking. Yeah, I see it jumping. Yeah, yeah. It's riskier, but the thing is that it's okay. So even if we do have lower spread, so even if it does spike, I will account for the spike. But it's just impossible to trade when it's always spiked, you know, when it's like 10 points always. But I'm gonna watch it now. Just keep an eye on it. It looks stable. I saw it jumped a little bit first time when I started it, but so far for me it hasn't jumped yet. I mean, it's just calmed down, so, you know, a few minutes. I got caught on 17 pip spread earlier. Shit, man, that's crazy. Yeah, you need to check, actually. You need to check. That's why on my terminal, I always have bid and ask line open. Bid and ask line is important. What do you think about XM Global Broker? Don't ask me about brokers because I haven't used all of the brokers that you guys are asking me about. So I can't tell you, you know. I can only give you based on things I've experienced, right? Do you have bid and ask on phone? Yes, you have it on MT5 on phone. You just need to switch it on in settings, chart settings. No, you switch it on in chart settings. You go to chart, you click the settings, and then you press chart. Yeah, it's charts. And then in charts, you turn on ask price line. Turn on ask price line. So you should be able to see it then. If you don't have it, means that I only have spreads for buys. It's the same. The one at the bottom is the bid. Also change your chart colors then, huh? Change your chart colors. Make sure that you have bid price line. Make sure you have a color for the bid price line and make sure you have a color for the ask price line. How's your strategy to trade US 30 and NY session? It's good, but you need to, if US 30 behave itself, it works. It's price action. Price action will work on everything. You just need to get used to the tendencies. Setup 3. See, it's a bit of a longer wick here. It is a setup 3. Last time we took a setup 3 on DAX, it failed miserably, especially with 90-point stop loss. I'm wondering if I can survive a 5-minute closing above would be perfect. Let's just see how price action forms. It's closing a bit deeper now. For me, it doesn't look like the most healthiest setup 3 this. I think we're better waiting for a 5 to close above in this type of scenario. Half risk on setup 3, half on 5 bluff. Yes, that would make sense. Reflip being formed now? No, because the 5-minute candle closed bearish. So reflip happens while the candle is open. Because it's reflipping the candle that was currently bearish. But when the candle closes, it's now created a resistance and you want to trade above the resistance. Now I know why you are not trading US 30 as the charts of German 40 and US 30 are the same. No, completely different. They're two different assets. One is US market and one is European market. They're completely different. And the reason I trade DAX is because it's London session. US 30 doesn't move very well during London. Does current EU news affect DAX? Seems like if there is someone speaking, then yes, it can affect DAX for sure. Yeah, you're right actually. We do have someone speaking. Oh, wow. That's probably why we're hesitating and bouncing up and down. So you are correct on that. $10.44, $10.46. Hopefully they stop yapping now. This is all about trade wars, so it is somewhat important here. We're not seeing drastic move, but it is hesitating, so it makes sense why it's hesitating. Traders are just waiting for that to finish. What timings do you trade this strategy and what do we get in the premium? Harry, thanks for the info. Have a good day. I trade this London and New York session. And what info you get in the premium? You get everything. You get NY live chat, you get London post streams, you get Zoom calls. You can speak to me on Zoom, send me charts. Speak to me verbally, get feedback like on YouTube. You know, I answer as many questions as I can. I try my best, but you're not going to get that one-on-one type thing. And then, of course, you get access to all of the exclusive content. Literally a library full of content. You get access to all our weekly webinars, our workshops, all of that stuff. And yeah. Oh, damn. Camera died. Fee fan. And bicep pics. Bicep pics as well from Sil. Yeah, unfortunately camera died. Got cooked. How do I join premium and how much is it, mate? Watch you every morning, love the content. It is $1.8 per day, $50 a month. You can join from website. Very simple. You can also see all of the stuff you get. This is all the stuff you get. So much stuff. You're not going to find this value out there. That's it. 1 minute, guys. This might close above here. See what stops are looking like. But yeah, we have about 4 spots remaining. So if you want to take up one of those spots for the month, you can. Then I'll close it. Then you have to wait till next month. It's only about 10 days though if you don't make it in. Can we close above, Mr. Dax? Mr. Dax. 48 seconds, it's rejecting here. That was looking very good, man. It was looking very good, but we are rejecting so far, and actually might actually close bearish here. I think we are waiting for these speeches to be done, but the last time they said anything was 44. It seems like it was a very quick speech. Very quick speech. But this is the one thing I'm gonna tell you guys is that even though the setups look very promising and last minute they're rejecting, what is very important is that we need to be waiting last minute. So impulsive entries like setup 3s are not going to be a good idea, right? It's not going to be a good idea if we take an entry break of high, because things are changing last minute. So closures is going to keep us safe here. Put it for you in chat. That's the website. 2,000 point spread. I'm not getting this. Holy shit, man. You have 2,000 point spread? That's a lot. 2,000 point spread, not fun. How long does the month run for? Whenever you join, it's a month from that cycle. So that they run the cycle for the amount of days. So yeah, 4 weeks. How come you swear in Swedish? Very funny. I don't know, it's fun to say. Fun to say, I guess. Gold pulling back as well. Might give us opportunity. Yeah, GJ is still pushing, man. Bearish bias. Very weird. Harry, flex your biceps. Brother, we're at 400 viewers on stream. No chance you're getting my name biceps till that number sees 1,000. So you guys better leave a like. It's only 155 likes. You guys don't even leave a like on the stream. So much value. I give you so much value. And still you guys lazy to do that back. What does New York live chat? What does it mean? You won't talk and you text with us on Discord? Once a week I do live stream. But remember, we are also live stream during London for a while. Okay, so we have London live stream. So yes, we are texting in the NY chat, but I send all of my NY trade setups I'm looking for in this part here of the group. It's called Harry NY Plan. So before NY session even starts, there's a video on Loom. You watch the video. It talks about all the setups I'm waiting for, and then it's a game of waiting. So until one of these setups happen, then when it is happening, we're discussing it all session in here. And if there's anything you need, you just at me here, right? So if you need anything, hey, is this valid, Harry? You just put a little at Tradesharpe. And that's it. You can see everyone looking at yesterday tried some shorts on US 30. Unfortunately, this tapped 1-to-1, but came back to entry because it was too fast. So sometimes that happens. Would you ever do a collab with John Jones? John Jones wondering if he'd collab. I mean, does John Jones fucking know me? No. Of course I would. If he does know me, that's fucking insane. I'm pretty excited if that's the case. That'd be sick. Of course I would collab with John Jones. I'd take him in Dubai, you know. Of course. What a beast. What a beast. So yeah, no problem. If he wants to collab. He's ready to choke you out? No. He's just he'll be there to I'll send him to beat whoever I want up. If you're walking with him, you can say any shit to anybody and not be worried, you know? I'll say everything I wanted to say to every people and go around and say it. And then they say, what? You say, okay, now what? Look, you know, John Jones next to me. You're about to get your ass whooped. More, you know? Be careful. Fuck Maurice, that's the fight I want? Bro. Imagine Joe fighting against John Jones, man. This guy is no, you're not gonna survive, brother. So it'll be a life-ending fight, bro. How much John Jones weighs in his fights? Need to check his exact weight. How much he weighs? Let's see. 113 kg. Bro, Joe, you're really cooked. Yeah, I thought he was over 200 pounds, but 113 kg, 1 meter 93, bro. This guy is above 6 foot. He's a machine, brother. That's. Yeah, all the Dagestan guys are very strong. They're very, very strong. The Dagestan guys, great wrestlers. I support them. Better Jones or Francis? Ooh. Jones is pretty tough though, man. He's quite a legend. Man, that's boring of Dax, man. Dax has such a beautiful LTA and it's gonna do this today, man? Not do anything? It's okay. It's the Open soon. Hopefully the Open does something. I need someone to sponsor me 2-3 years in Dagestan and forget. Send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget. Here we have an MMA fighter called Peter Boost. Probably butchered his name, but anyways. They are pretty famous, nice guys. Ever heard of them? I have not. Any promo code that which I can apply right now, I'm gonna go buy it right now. If you need a discount for the exclusive group, then you don't understand how much value there is there. If you need a discount for the exclusive group, that is showing that you don't understand how much value. I encourage you to go find, I challenge you, go find a group for the same price with the same value. I challenge. If you can do that, I will give you 1 month free. And prove to me that you can speak to the owner of the group. Get all of this value. You are not paying less than $100 a month. If you cannot, if you're asking for $1.8 discount, how can I discount you learning to trade for $1.8 a day? You spend more on fast food. You spend more on coffee. It's just, you can't, you know, at that point it's a service. You know? So if you need a promo code to enter, I don't think you're ready to be part of the group. Because here, we're looking for winners. People who have the right mindset. People who are looking to increase their level in trading. You can go with Tom for free. Be careful of the word free. Be careful of the word free. Because this is free as well, right? But if I'm going to give my personal time towards you, meaning you come in the group and you get my personal time. You're asking questions directly to me. You get my personal attention. I'll look at your charts, blah, blah, blah. That's different, right? But I'm doing this for free. Every day I show up for free. I don't charge $1 from you guys. I post my YouTube videos for free. I literally, these trades you see on here have been done in front of you guys. The only thing I ask for is a like. That's it. All right, the open here, we're pushing down so far. Have you ever tried to gamble? In what sense? Just for fun, yeah. They're comparing skill and time with money. That sucks. Money is just an outcome. It is an outcome, yes. But it's a main motivator, right? I wonder if it's haram to do FOMO on full margin Friday on tax. Why would in the casino? No, where I grew up we don't have casinos, so I have not. But I played poker at a pretty decent level. Not decent level, I'd say, but you know, more than recreational. Like I was having training and I was coaching and stuff like that. Not me coaching, but I was being coached. I'd play online though. I stopped. Not stop. I played, you know, sometimes. It's just very time consuming, a tournament. One tournament, if you run deep, you're spending, you know, 7-8 hours straight, 9 hours straight. It's a lot. Full day. All right, so DAX has pushed down here, which is pretty boring. I was actually looking more for the buys today, but we can start to sell DAX. You know, it is mixed session bias. Let's have a look how gold has moved here. Gold has also moved down. So if we get a bullish candle here, it would be quite interesting. And then GBP JPY is just moving strangely bullish here, not really giving you an entry. Pretty damn boring, right? No LTAs here to really trade. Bearish bias as well. So screw GJ for now. But gold can give you set up 2 buys. If we can form a nice candle, I want to see how the 1 hour close. 1 hour close bullish, not the best bullish candle. 30-minute close bearish here, not the best also. So that's why you would need at least a 15-minute candle bullish. Thanks for the info. Just ask if there was a promo code. Yeah, that's fine, but you'd have to assume there wouldn't be, right? This is something, when you charge cheap for a product, this is something you get. I'll show you something. This is a very interesting post. And this is very true because I've sold in terms of like pricing, right? Because I had to price Pip Labs and stuff like that. When I price Pip Labs, everyone who has bought the yearly package on Pip Labs and the lifetime package, they don't complain. Really. They don't complain. They're very straightforward. The people who take the monthly, if their Wi-Fi connection is bad, it's our fault. If their browser is bad, it's our fault. Now, sometimes it will be, and we'll fix it, of course, if it is. But you'll see, like, it's a massive difference. So this is a post I'm gonna show you. It's pretty true, this, right? And I want to teach you a lesson with this. Let's just post it to here. Check this out. So you have 2 types of clients here. And I'll show you the lesson that I'll teach. So you have a $500 client. I feel as though with this investment I'm about to make in you, that we should understand how our lives are about to change, and I need results and you need to bring them. I'm entrusting you with our livelihood and lives. $50,000 client, money sent, thanks. So what happens? What's the difference between these 2 clients? The reason why client B is what we can call it, can afford, right? Can afford 50,000 is because of their mindset. This client is so tight on money. They are trying to find a way out, a get rich quick scheme, and they need to put everything on someone else because they lack confidence in themselves. In life, you need confidence in yourself. If you don't have confidence in yourself, you're not going to be to do anything. So relying on others to get you where you want to be, never going to work. I used to do that. I used to rely on others. I can tell you multiple times I've had experiences, and these experiences sucked, okay? I've had experiences where I've launched a business. I used to sell lights. I had a client who said, man, you have a great idea. We're going to collaborate. We're going to have XYZ clients. You know how excited I was? I thought, that's it, man. I have a nice client here. It's going to make me some good money that I can use to reinvest and grow the company more. The minute I launched the business, I never heard from them. Friends as well, huh? Just became zero. And there's been so many times I've relied on other people and they've never pulled through, guys. Never. It's like it's never works. Like every time I've relied on someone, it never works. So you need to really just, the only person you have in this world is you. And that's the only person who's going to get you to where you want to be. Only people can help you. And that's why when someone says like, I get these nice messages from a lot of people, right? I get these messages from a lot of people, which I love. It's like, hey man, thanks Harry for everything. Thanks for all you did, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, hey, I didn't do anything. I just guided. You did it. You made the change. And that's the difference. When you go through life looking for people to help you, guide you, and you are making the change, that's where everything changes, because you're taking information and actually applying it, because you're putting the stress back on yourself, right? Because if you go and say, okay, I need to take information, let's take me as an example. I need to take information from Harry right now. I need to take as much information as I can from him to be the best version of myself and to improve in this game. Instead of coming into the mindset and saying, Harry has to do everything for me, otherwise I will not succeed. Because then either the missing factor in there is you, because you're missing from your own self, you know? You're missing in your own self. So it's very important to understand you have to really go through life with that mindset of pushing for your own self-worth. Because that's way more value than any amount of money, right? Not to say that I would charge $50,000, but, you know, just as an example. DAX is dumping here, man. I just wish it can give us an entry. Straight candles, you can't really do much. You know, German finance minister, yeah, it's a pretty much, yeah, you're right, man. That's a pretty much of a mess, man. It's kind of ruining it for us with these speeches right now. The payments are not going through, it's just reloads. I have intention payment on too. What do you mean by internation payment? Depends. Message WAP support. My payments are handled by WAP, so just message them. They'll reply to you very fast. Or, you know, and then keep me updated in DM if you need any further help, but they'll be able to fix it for you. Oh man, that's a really disgusting candle on gold. International? Yeah, of course we have international payments. Everyone in the group is from everywhere. So there might be something with your card or something, and WAP will be able to tell you. All-time high on Friday? Yeah, I'm telling you, if New York here, this would be amazing. Harry Eman Ghazi is the new owner of WAP, if you know about him. He's not the new owner, he's a partner. He's a partner. Yeah, I think it's a strategic investment from him. You know? Very strategic investment. And from WAP side as well, look, WAP is playing smart. WAP believes a lot in marketing. They believe a lot in influencer marketing, right? So they do this a lot. The reason, if you notice how many times I mention WAP, right? WAP, 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 WAP. That's all you hear. And for doing that, they hook me up with insane deals as well. All right. So, and for me to use their platform as well. Okay, so he is the boss right now, yes, but they didn't sell the whole platform to him. The interesting thing, the reason they put him on board is because of his social media following. Is because of his social media following, he knows that he can push them even further. But you know, WAP is they have a lot of investment into them. I'll actually show you their company profile. They have a lot of investment into them. And they need to pay out the if we look at this crunch base here, let me show you. They have 17 investors. 17 investors. They took 2 funding rounds. They blocked how much it was, but their funding rounds are each at least a couple of $million each. You know, chain smokers invest in them. Kevin O'Leary, basketball players there are as well. See if we can find the James Harden. You see, I remember. You know. It's a shame they don't show. Maybe we can find, yeah, 17 million there. 17 million of funding. So there's a lot of money gone into this project. A lot of money gone into this project. 17 million. Let's see this one. Never heard about WAP before joining exclusive. I have to agree that his audience is massive into e-com, etc. Yeah, exactly. Massive fan. Already to get scammed. WAP won't scam, no. But maybe other things might have happened. But WAP won't because it's a software. I think they've done a great job. Harry has invested in WAP. I haven't. I would have liked to, yes. I think it's a great company. The way that they run things is very efficient, guys, really, because I use them. And I tell you, I know when a product is a good product, they have a good product. You know, and for someone like me, I'm very particular about how I want things to be. I'm very upset if it's not 100%. And I will, like, if you work with me and something is not 100%, you're going to have a nightmare. Because I'm going to keep pushing for things to be on top. But they have a good product. Few bugs, but all softwares have bugs. All softwares has bugs. So I understand it. Shit, man. We're having some pretty big news scandals here. Still speaking here. German ready to support EU defense borrowing. Trump wants to reduce the US deficit, but studies show tariffs will not reach. The US side must know negotiations do not work well. Be ready to do so. Yeah, I don't know how you jump into this. Even 1 minute strategy is not possible here. Look at this dump. Harry, a question out of the trade. Does fish see water? Is a fish wet? That's the same question, right? Is a fish wet? So I think both are the same question, and yes, a fish is wet because there is an opposite force which is a dry. A fish would not be. I don't even know how we're getting into this conversation, man. Such a rabbit hole you guys drag me into. So yes, it does see water because it can come out of the water, right? You can take a fish out of the water, so it can see water. If the fish were not physically possible to take out of the water, then no. I don't know what this stupid question. All going down rabbit hole. How do they earn their money? The creators pay X percentage to them? Yeah, exactly. Depending on what deal you have with them, but their base percentage is 3-4%. Right? I pay a lot less because I was an early member of them. So they have me hooked up on a good deal. But their most money, and this is what most people don't know, if you go to Warp and you type, let's say I'm looking for Tradesharpe. If I go to Warp and type Tradesharpe in the search bar, that is considered global marketplace, and they take 30% cut. 30% cut of your revenue, because they sold from their marketplace, not from your direct link. So they make a lot of money from that as well. I will now type, no, only if you purchase, only if you purchase. It's looking rough here, man. Oh man, this is China talking now, man. Oh, we're cooked. We're cooked, we're cooked. China's talking. Today everyone's speaking, man. Guys, my birthday, so it's a win day regardless. Damn, man. Happy birthday, bro. Wish you the best. Let's go. S2 is crazy on DAX. I mean, if you were to see it. Who knows? It could just dump next candle as well. I hope that actually, I know it sounds pretty sad, but I hope this ranges. And then New York breaks out all-time highs. Very powerful. Look at GJ dump here as well. Wow. Bias is starting to play true, but look, it doesn't give you entry on that dump, huh? Yeah, it's looking like it's making a tough day, man. Plans are playing out, but the entries here, just getting some random moves with news, you know? But this just proves, you know, the buys, be careful. Bias wins, you know? Bias is strong. Please tell us a few things about financial juice. It's confusing. It's pretty simple, man. This is just what's being said. And this is the calendar. Calendar on left and any speeches or anything being said. Straightforward interface. If this 15-minute can chill, it will be valid. It will be valid. 11 minutes though, so we need to see bullish and then bearish. M2 breaking out. Let's have a look. On the right, are things happening right now? Yes, you can see the time here, right? There's a time here to see the time that it happened. yeah, looks good still. What's my bias on gold? I'm bullish on gold. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Man's a bull on gold today. Doesn't mean we can't have pullbacks though, but so far, if we still hold this, continue high-low structure, pretty much bullish. DAX is bleeding. I wonder if we can get a 5-minute setup closing below here. Speeches have seemed to have stopped. Or setup 5 as well, they work pretty well. If this closes like this, setup 3, you take it. Which? Let's see if this wants to close below here. Might be an option here. We might be able to sneak something. Two minutes. I want to shout, I don't know why, but I just want to shout goids to all the people in the apartment. They'll think you're a bit nuts. It's okay, you just tell them, yes, I'm part of Tradesharpe stream, I'm a bit nuts. Basing 5-minute stops on candle? Yeah, I think you'd have to make it make sense. We don't have the biggest range. And really, if it's starting to come back up, it's not looking good anyways. Even if it close below, it's negative, huh? We'd actually need a push past this support for it to make sense, but 15-minute looks okay to at least get to there, see what happens. If not, you're kind of looking for the setup 5 buys, which actually look quite good above here. We'll see, it might actually close above now. Might do it now. 60, 58 to here, 30, 40, 50. Yeah, it might work. 15 will not close bullish, but we would expect the next one to do so. No 1-minute structure, which is a little bit worrying here because we have no 15-minute close, no 30-minute close. So I'm going to play it a bit safer and wait for at least a 1-minute structure as well before putting stop loss here. On DAX, you treat 5 as 15? Yes. Also, the 5 might close below. It's definitely possible. Last few seconds, we have been seeing this type of business. So let's just see how it closes first, and then we start making some, judgments here. Okay, so it closed below anyways. So no valid trade yet because it closed below. So that's it, man. Next candle goes, no bottom wick. See how GJ is looking. GJ has good, at least some sort of structure there. So yeah, it could close below. We'll have to see. What is setup 5? That's something I put in the exclusive group. Pretty boring day. It is. It is. Especially on like, the problem is that DAX is moving a little bit funny here. If it was moving a bit smoother, it would be fun. It's not over yet. Would you take this setup 3? Which setup 3, bro? You need to be more specific. Two minutes, this might close below again. Problem is stop has become a bit bigger now. Much bigger, not a bit of much. It's like an 80 pip now. But we could run stop above the high because we have this bullish 5-minute candle, so it could respect this support here. Still a bigger-ish stop, but we have good 1-minute structure now. What do you think of GJ closing below? Yeah, it could be valid. Just depends how deep it closes. We could try GJ as well. Five-minute support is low on broker. It's dumping too deep anyways. It's dumping too deep anyways. GJ might be the option though. If it can chill here for the last 1 minute. Oh my god. What a boring fucking last minute pushes these days. That's just terrible, bro. That's doesn't get worse when it does that. Right into my break-even spot. Right into my break here, and we can see it reacting from my break-even spot. Look at this reaction from it. DAX, you can still get into DAX, you just need a pullback. You just need a pullback. this candle closes bullish, next close below, it's an entry option, but not like this. Not like this. GJ closing deep now. What are we looking like here with this type of close? So at my support, man, I'm very uncomfortable at my support. 33 for 48. There is range here. You can move your next break even to this spot here. So maybe 5-minute structure on GJ will make sense. Bullish candle close, next one close bearish, you could go. That could make a lot more sense. You know, something like that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think that would be best. So yeah, on YouTube here, I'm gonna call it. Gonna stay a little bit longer in the exclusive as usual. I think if DAX sets up, there can be a nice trade on DAX. But I'm gonna leave you guys on YouTube with the plan. Overall, this week, not the best, but not the worst. 2 wins, 0 losses. Can't really complain with 2 wins, 0 losses. Would be a bit rude to complain on that. Especially with all of the shit that has gone on this week. Like, if you think about this week, guys, we've had so much. Stock market pump 10%, tariff news, you name it. And to come out the week with 2 wins, 0 losses is a big win in my books if you put it into real perspective. The amount of people that would have been cooked this week is a lot. Gold, I think today I can cook up heavy on gold if we break out all-time high in New York session. So it's something I'm really looking forward to. If you don't know how to trade gold at all-time high, then you can watch one of my YouTube videos. If you want more in depth, then I'd recommend you know, I don't want to shill it, but you know, exclusive group will help with that, but really don't like to kind of shill it like that. But GJ here, like I said, 5-minute structure for continuation is going to be the one, and we're going to see how that ends up forming. So I appreciate everyone showing up. Catch you guys hopefully next week. Have a good rest of your days. Cook up in NY if New York, if gold breaks out all-time high in NY. Keep an eye on it, okay guys? Very important. That will be the move of the day. You end your week very strong. So much love, take care all, and tomorrow CS, yes, tomorrow CS, we should do that hopefully. Keep an eye on the Discord. I'll put an announcement. We should be live around 12 o'clock ish, you know, Dubai time. And yeah, appreciate you all. Take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys very soon. All right, peace. Cheers.